Now, tensions are on the rise again between Israel and the Palestinian territory. In the latest, Israel has carried out its first airstrikes on the Gaza Strip in months. The strikes are said to be in response to a rocket fired from the Palestinian enclave. The Israeli military said that at first it shot down a rocket fired from the Gaza Strip. No Gaza faction claimed responsibility for the launch. In response to the launch from Gaza into Israel, Israeli airstrikes hit camps used by Hamas and other Gaza factions. Israel Defense Forces targeted Hamas weapons manufacturing site in Gaza. No one was hurt. The attack in months follows tensions over Flashpoint Jerusalem Shrine Al-Aqsa. The rocket attack and retaliatory air raid follow a weekend of Israeli-Palestinian violence in and around Jerusalem's Flashpoint Al-Aqsa Mosque compound. More than 170 people, mostly Palestinian demonstrators, were wounded. The violence recalled clashes from last year that helped fan an 11-day war. Palestinians accuse Israel of encroaching Al-Aqsa during the Muslim holy month of Ramzan. Israel says Palestinian protesters seek to disrupt Muslim prayer for political ends. Today, the UN Security Council will meet over violence around Jerusalem's holy site. The conflict has drawn angry pro-Palestinian rhetoric from Jordan as well, and mediation efforts by the United States. The tensions complicate Israel's security ties with Jordan, which is a custodian of Al-Aqsa and has a Palestinian majority. Jordan's King Abdullah earlier told UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres that Israel's Al-Aqsa policy seriously undermines chances of it making peace with the Palestinians. Jordan also summoned Israel's acting ambassador for a reprimand, escalating the rhetoric. Jordanian Prime Minister has lauded those throwing stones at the Jews. Taking note of the statement, Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett said Israel does not accept the statements blaming Israel for the violence that it is subjected to and encouraging stone throwing.
לשם כך אנחנו גם מקימים שני יישובים חדשים ברמת הגולן, היישוב אסיף והיישוב מטה.
وهنا لابد لي أن أحيي كل فلسطيني وكل من موظفي القافة الإسلامية الأردنية الواقفين بشموخ مثل المآذن طولا والمطلقين حجارهم وابلا سجيلا على كل المتصهينين المدنسين بحماية الحكومة الاحتلال الإسرائيلي للمسجد الأقصى. وأخطر التجليات التي تمت يوم أمس الأول عندما كان هناك محاولة لمسنا منها أن هناك مدخلا تصدينا له ونتصدى له لإجراء أو محاولة التقسيم المكاني والزماني ללחרם אל-קודס א-שריף.
אמרה את ההתבטאויות שמאשימות את ישראל באותה אלימות שמופנית נגדנו, ועוד יש מי שמעודד לזרוק אבנים ולהפעיל אלימות כנגד אזרחי מדינת ישראל. הדבר הזה לא מקובל עלינו. זה מהווה פרס למסיתים ובראשם חמאס שמנסים להצית פה אלימות בירושלים. אנחנו לא ניתן לזה לקרות. מדינת ישראל תמשיך להעניק ולשמור על כבודם של כולם, לאפשר לכולם לחגוג בירושלים, ובראש ובראשונה כוחותינו ימשיכו להעניק ביטחון לאזרחי מדינת ישראל.
Now in Washington, the State Department said that U.S. officials engaged in phone calls with Israelis, Palestinians, and also Arab representatives.
What I can tell you is that a number of senior officials across this government, and certainly a number of individuals across this building and our ambassadors in capitals across the Middle East were engaged in a series of phone calls, including at very high levels over the weekend, again with our Israeli partners, with our Palestinian counterparts, with other Arab representatives in the region, including our Jordanian partners, the custodian of the Haram al-Sharif Temple Mount, in an effort to see to it that these tensions do not escalate.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.